Hello my friends and welcome to the Dan Edwards Show. I am of course Dan Edwards. On today's episode we'll be taking a look back at the action from this past weekend here at House of Pain Wrestling, and we're going to kick things off with Hucknall on Friday the 13th of December. The show kicked off with a singles match where only the winner would advance into that night's Rumble match. It was the King of Steel, Mike Angelo, going one-on-one with the Screwdriver, Zach Roberts. This was a back and forth match which saw Mike going for a victory roll, but Zach managed to shift his weight and end up in the pinning predicament, meaning that Zach Roberts won the match, advancing into that night's Rumble match. It was the start of debut season next, as it was the Last True Hooligan Ruddy teaming up with Oscar Prospero to take on the team of Jaden Law and the debuting Scooter. And this match saw Scooter picking up his very first win when he came flying off the top rope with a crossbody onto Ruddy, picking up the pin and the win for his team. It was the beastess Dolly Dharma in action next, as she went one-on-one with the debuting Avery Lockhart. Avery looked to be closing in on victory as they went for a knockout shot onto Dolly, but Dolly managed to avoid this and locked in the full Dharma submission hold, forcing Avery to tap out. Debut season continued next as we saw the debut of a brand new tag team, the Bad Influencers, which consists of myself, Mr. Insta, Nate Ajax, and we were accompanied by the TikTok Kid, Zach Davey, to take on the team of Davey Thompson and the debuting Antra Powers. Eventually it came down to myself and Davey in the ring, and Davey punched me in the face, knocking me down, which is when Zach jumped up on the apron and distracted Davey. Antra Powers pulled Zach off of the apron and chased him around the ring until Zach rolled in the ring, straight through the ring and back out to the other side, with Antra chasing him. The referee TJ then told Antra to get out of the ring, and while he was doing this, I beckoned Nate into the ring. We hit Davey with the meat in the middle, and then I pinned Davey Thompson to pick up the win. In the main event of the evening, it was the 20-person Rumble match where the winner would get a title shot of their choosing. Two people would start in the ring, then every 90 seconds a new participant would enter, and you could only be eliminated by being thrown over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. After all 20 participants had entered the ring, it eventually came down to the final four, which were Johnny Sharp, Zach Roberts, Oscar Prospero, and Jaden Law. It was Johnny throwing Jaden out of the ring, but then Johnny was eliminated by Zach Roberts, meaning the final two were Zach and Oscar. Oscar was targeting Zach's leg during the ending run of the match, to the point that the referee and Zach's former tag team partner, TJ Dean, entered the ring to check on Zach. Oscar took advantage of this, and this is where he threw Zach Roberts over the top rope, eliminating him, meaning the winner of the Rumble match was Oscar Prospero. Moving on to Beeston now. On Saturday the 14th of December, the show kicked off with the Heritage Championship on the line as Joseph the Iron Star challenged the champion Kyle Crimson for the title. The Bullring's Josh Fenrir tried to get involved in the match, but the referee ejected him from ringside, and Joe, not going down without a fight, despite being down, fought his way back up and slapped Kyle across the face. This just infuriated Kyle, and he knocked Joe out with the Bullhammer elbow, pinning him to retain the Heritage Championship. The title action continued next as the House of Pain Women's Championship was on the line in a fatal four-way match. It was Lexi Morgan, Dolly Dharma and Ivy challenging Harley Harris for the title. Harley looked to have the match won when she hit a sky high onto Dolly Dharma, but Ivy broke up the pin, threw Harley out of the ring, but Lexi Morgan came up from behind, surprised Ivy with a roll-up, pinning her, meaning that Lexi Morgan is the new House of Pain Women's Champion. It was tag team action next as we saw a reunion of the Raucous Kings as the King of the Ocean, Owen Ocean, teamed up with the King of Steel, Mike Angelo. They were taking on Mikey McLovin and a partner of his choice, which is where he introduced Indigo Jones. Mikey and Indigo had a great time and eventually wrapped Owen Ocean up in Christmas wrapping paper. Mikey then speared Owen and pinned him, picking up the win, much to the delight of the Beeston fans. It was a grudge match 15 months in the making next as the Tribal Beef Grayson Clay went one-on-one with the untouchable Brad Matthews. During the match, Kyle Crimson and Josh Fenrir tried to get involved, but they were stopped by Brad's powers that be teammate, Franco Fate. Grayson then tried to take Franco out, hitting him in the back with a chair, but this had no effect. Grayson swung the chair again, but Franco caught it, pulled the chair off of him, and looked like he was about to hit Grayson. The referee took the chair away from Franco, and Franco pushed Grayson straight into Brad Matthews, who hit a pedigree and pinned Grayson Clay, putting an end to their rivalry. Up next was the 20-man Rumble match where the winner would earn a title shot of their choosing. After all 20 men had entered the match, it eventually came down to the final four of Franco Fate, Matlock, Alex Rue and Brad Matthews. Franco and Brad simultaneously eliminated Matlock and Alex from the match, so it came down to the two members of the Powers That Be. Franco told Brad he was not going to fight him, and because he's worked so hard coming back from his injury, he deserves to earn a title shot so he can once again become the House of Pain heavyweight champion. Franco then jumped over the top rope, dropped down to the floor, meaning that Brad Matthews won the Beeston Rumble match. In the main event of the night, the House of Pain Tag Team Championships were on the line as the Badly Dressed Boys challenged Big Man Inc. for the titles. During the match, it was Big Man Inc. getting themselves disqualified and walking away, but the match was restarted under no disqualification rules. This is when the Black Sheep got involved in the match, but then the locker room emptied, with several stars coming out to stop the Black Sheep from getting involved. With the fans in attendance and the stars surrounding the ring, the room was electric, and it was the Badly Dressed Boys hitting the double disaster kick onto Adam Bolt, Brandon then pinning Adam, meaning the Badly Dressed Boys are the new House of Pain Tag Team Champions. Well, that is all I do have time for today, so thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time right here on the Dan Edwards Show.